Jujutsu Kaisen is really heating up now, and fans are aware that the story is nearing its conclusion. It's been confirmed that this is the final arc of the series, and the battle against Sukuna is the ultimate showdown everyone is eagerly anticipating. The fight is reaching its climax, and in Chapter 263 we saw Sukuna being further weakened, largely thanks to Yoji, the series' main character. Yoji has recently unlocked new abilities, which he demonstrated earlier. Now he's using these powers with great skill, effectively weakening Sukuna even more. In the latest chapter, Yoji devised a strategy to successfully hit Sukuna's soul with his dismantle technique, proving to be highly effective in the ongoing battle. Before we begin, please press the like button and please subscribe to my channel and turn on all post notifications so you don't miss any daily uploads. Now, let's begin. Recently, he awakened the Shrine Cursed technique. This happened before Yuta arrived on the battlefield using Gojo's body to fight Sukuna. Initially, Yoji was handling Sukuna on his own. During this intense fight, Yoji executed several black flashes consecutively, which significantly weakened Sukuna. These powerful strikes didn't defeat Sukuna, nor did they allow Yoji to finish him off. However, their true importance was in helping Yoji unlock his hidden potential. The black flashes helped Yoji tap into a new level of power, revealing a cursed technique that had been latent within him. Beneath the scattering sparks of black, Itadori Yoji awakens. He finally accessed the power of the shrine, manifesting a technique similar to Sukuna's. This development caught Sukuna by surprise, even though he had suspected it might happen. Gojo had mentioned earlier in the series that Yoji would likely learn Sukuna's cursed technique eventually. This prediction was based on the idea that Sukuna's power would seep into Yoji's body, granting him access to all of Sukuna's abilities and making him incredibly powerful. So far, he's used Shrine a couple of times. Once to chop a pillar and another time when he tried to grab Sukuna's foot and used the technique against him. However, he wasn't successful in that attempt. Basically, the only real success he's had with this power was cutting a pillar in half, which didn't have much impact overall. This tells us that there's a lot more to come from Yoji with this technique. It wouldn't make sense for the author to introduce such a powerful ability and not have Yoji use it effectively in the future. Now, Sukuna has two main slashing attacks: Dismantle, which is the default slash, and Cleave, which he can adjust based on the target's toughness and cursed energy levels to cut them down in one go. Since Yoji has started to awaken Sukuna's powers, it's likely we'll see him mastering these techniques and using them in new and significant ways as the story progresses. It's been pretty odd, to be honest. Yoji awakens this powerful shrine technique, but then he barely uses it in combat. Instead, the focus shifts to someone else. This might seem strange, but it's not the end of the road for Yoji. There's still a lot of potential for his character, and we might even see him unlock a domain expansion. Now, it's likely that Yoji will face Sukuna again. Even though Yuta is strong, he's not going to be the one to ultimately defeat Sukuna. Yuta isn't as powerful as Gojo and can't use techniques with the same efficiency. Plus, Yuta has a strict 5-minute time limit. After those 5 minutes, it's unclear what will happen to him. This means Yoji, possibly along with Todo, will probably have to step back into the fight. So while it may seem weird now, there's a bigger plan in place. Yuta's domain will eventually fall, and when it does, Yoji will step back into the battle. This sets up the possibility of another showdown between Yoji and Sukuna. Fans know that Yoji has witnessed Sukuna using domain expansion while Sukuna was in his body. This means that this powerful technique is also ingrained in Yoji, and he will likely use it at some point. When we compare Yoji's shrine to Sukuna's, there are noticeable differences that fans have already picked up on. Sukuna's shrine is designed to be extremely dangerous and ruthless. It has the capability to destroy anything and everything that comes into its path, driven by Sukuna's complete disregard for whatever stands before him. On the other hand, Yoji's version of the shrine operates quite differently. When Yoji intends to cut something, he marks it with a scissor symbol first, ensuring that only the intended target is affected by the cut. This approach significantly enhances the safety of Yoji's shrine compared to Sukuna's. Moreover, when it comes to domain expansion, Yoji's technique will follow distinct rules that set it apart from Sukuna's manifestation. Sukuna himself explains that these differences stem from various factors, including the era in which these techniques emerged and the unique traits of the users themselves. As a result, fans can anticipate a markedly different rendition of the Malevolent Shrine. For instance, Yoji's domain expansion is likely to adopt an open barrier configuration, a detail enthusiasts should bear in mind as they delve deeper into the series. Sukuna has engraved his domain expansion into his body, allowing him to use it effectively in battle or with enough training. Yoji's domain expansion, however, will be quite different. Unlike Sukuna's, Yoji's technique allows him to cut only what he wants to cut, making it a safer version of the shrine. Yoji might be able to mark specific targets or everything within his range, then unleash precise scissor-like slashes at those targets. This unique approach would let Yoji showcase his creativity, differentiating his domain expansion from Sukuna's. If Yoji had the same domain expansion as Sukuna, it would feel unoriginal. Instead, it's exciting to think about how Yoji might find new ways to use his ability, potentially surprising even Sukuna, the King of Curses. Towards the end of JJK Chapter 257, it was confirmed that Yoji has the same potential as Sukuna. Sukuna himself remarked on Yoji's efforts to reach his level. But what's even more surprising is that the editor confirmed Yoji isn't just aiming to match Sukuna, but to surpass him. This revelation thrilled fans, especially when they saw Yoji finally gaining the upper hand in battle. It was an unexpected turn. From this point on, fans can expect Yoji to grow stronger with each chapter. The editor's confirmation about Yoji's goal to surpass Sukuna reassures readers that Yoji will achieve this by the end of the arc. Initially, many fans thought Sukuna would win the Shinjuku Showdown. However, it now seems likely that Yoji and the other sorcerers will emerge victorious. Yoji is on track to become the strongest sorcerer, thanks to his two techniques and his ability to hit black flashes almost at will. Moreover, fans should keep in mind that Yoji might awaken a powerful domain expansion. This would not only bring him to Sukuna's level, but potentially make him the strongest sorcerer in history. There is also speculation that Yoji could manifest more than one domain expansion. While this is uncommon in the series, Yoji's unique abilities might make it possible. He has two curse techniques and could master both, potentially developing a blood domain and some version of Malevolent Shrine. With such powers, it's no surprise that Yoji has the potential to reach incredibly high levels as a sorcerer. Yoji's ability to hit black flashes at will, combined with his potential domain expansions, positions him to be the strongest sorcerer by far when he reaches his peak. Yoji's battle against Sukuna is just the first step towards this goal. From here, he will continue to grow stronger, a development that has fans eagerly anticipating what's next. Before Chapter 263, Yoji only used this shrine technique once, making it feel underutilized for the main character's big power-up. Fans expected he would use it more in a future fight with Sukuna, and that's exactly what happened in Chapter 263. In that chapter, another binding vow came into play. Sukuna has used many binding vows in this arc, so much so that fans are getting tired of it. It feels like he uses them to get out of any tricky situation, which can seem like lazy writing. But this time, it was Yoji using a binding vow effectively, damaging Sukuna significantly. Sukuna mentioned that Yoji made a binding vow that makes his strikes more effective at targeting Sukuna's soul inside Fushigiro's body. We don't know exactly how this binding vow works or what Yoji sacrificed for it. Fans hope to learn more about it later. For now, we know that Yoji can hit Sukuna's soul due to his soul capturing technique. Anyway, please tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to my channel and turn on all post notifications so you don't miss any daily uploads.